our segment of recommended reading.
Yes, we're doing our recommended reading today.
Gonna be sharing with you guys some books. Barry's got one book, I've got another. The book that I'm sharing, it's called Me, Myself, and Lies. It's by Jennifer Rothschild. And this book, after I had my son, my thought life was, I don't know, there was a combination of things at that point in time that was going on.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even realize my thought life had shifted to a not so good place. And when we moved up here, we just got here, I was at home, I wasn't working yet. I was looking for a job, but wasn't working yet. I was at home with my son majority, just all day long. And I spent a lot of time praying. I spent a lot of time like watching sermons and stuff like that because I realized that I wasn't being very kind to myself. And somebody told me about this book. And so it was actually my mama. She told me about this book. And I started reading it. This book is really tailored to helping you change how you think about yourself, and not just change it, but come up with a plan, like to help you really be focused on what you're saying to yourself. Make it practical tools and things that you can use every day to help you, because it's something you have to continuously work on. You don't just all of a sudden start speaking kind things to yourself. You eventually, you have to really work towards that every day. You have to be able to catch yourself and be like, hey, that's not true.
Yeah, because for some of us, it's a real challenge.
Yeah.
We weren't like, whether we weren't raised to always be positive or, you know.
Yeah. And we take those things, it's not just truths that we say that we've convinced ourselves are things that are true that really aren't. It's other things people have said to us.
Yes.
That we think are true. Yep. And we attach it and we make it true. And so this book really helped me to formulate a plan on what I thought about myself, what I said about myself, what I allowed other people to say to me about me, and how I believed it and turned that thing around and be like, that's not true.
Yeah.
And so I want to share a couple of snippets of some of the things she has in here. So something she shares in here, she says, so I have to deliberately go against such negative thoughts. One thing I've done for many years is a kind of 3-step approach. Refuse things that are inaccurate, unkind, or unedifying. Replace them with what is good, pure, and just, and then repeat that process for as long as it takes to bring my thoughts under control.
For as long as it takes.
For as long as it takes. And so that's kind of a practical tool, a practical process that you can use that will help you on the process of changing your thought life. Something else in here that she shares, and it's biblically based, so she uses scripture to help support. When we wipe away the dirt from our lives by confession to God each day, we become useful, pleasant, and effective vessels. So when we go to God with the things that we're thinking and how we're feeling, how we're perceiving ourselves, and we say, God, you know, I'm feeling like this, I'm kind of crappy, we're allowing him to come in. That confession to him is allowing him to come in and wipe us clean so that we can really be effective to the people around us and to ourselves. There's so many good nuggets in this book, like for real. I'm going to share one other thing, and then I'm going to let Barry share her thing. Oh, Lord. There was one that I wanted to share was about okay, this was really good. She's sharing in here the anatomy of distractions. So she's sharing different distractions that take away from what we say to ourselves. And the one that I highlighted or circled that I thought was because I had this issue is distraction number 3, the opinions of others. What people think of me, or what I think they might be thinking of me, because Lord knows I've made up scenarios in my head so many times of what I think people are thinking of me, and they're not even thinking it at all, can cause so much internal static that I'm unable to tune into the truth. Unless I am awake and alert, I will be too easily influenced by the opinions someone may or may not be forming about me. And so this is just a great book that helps you really break down your thought life, helps you change your thought life, gives you practical ways to do that, and that their thought life also includes other people. And so this was great. And there's also a workbook that she has that helps you work through it and has different steps, different challenges, different things that you need to do and complete that really help you and help motivate you. And it's Me, Myself, and Lies. And it's a thought closet makeover, because she calls your thought life your thought closet, because it's what's hanging up in there, like your clothes. What's hanging up in there?
True.
So what do you have in your thought closet?
And sometimes there's stuff we definitely don't need to keep up in that thought.
No, we need to take it out and put it in the donation pile or something, the throwaway pile. Right. Okay. So Me, Myself, and Lies by Jennifer Rothschild.
Awesome.
That's my recommended reading. It's awesome.
Yeah, I got it. I'm about to get it.
Some bling bling.
Okay, thank you for the recommendation.
Yes.
So mine is one that probably a lot of people have heard of. But of course, knowing me, it's a Joyce Meyer book.
Barry loves Joyce Meyer.
Because I just love Joyce Meyer's books. I think she's a great writer. I think it's a great gift of hers. Yeah. It's The Battlefield of the Mind. I'm not going to show my book because it's a little damaged on the front here. But you know what? It's a great book.
It's a great book.
So The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer, winning the battle in your mind. This was probably one of the first Joyce Meyer books I actually read. And it's the same thing with thought life. It's about how to overcome. A lot of her in this book, she backs it all up with scripture, and I will just actually kind of read what the contents are. She talks about the importance of the mind, the importance of our thoughts, what our thoughts are, how we can maybe get certain thoughts, how we attain certain thoughts. Part 2 is conditions of the mind, that whether that be different areas that we struggle in our minds, being anxious, being doubtful, being confused, having a judgmental or critical or even suspicious mind. That was a great chapter for me. A passive mind, and ending that with the mind of Christ. Wow. And then part 3 is wilderness mentalities. And a lot of these, to close up the book, is kind of things that we say to ourselves. Like, for example, my future is determined by my past and my present. Someone do it for me. I don't want to take the responsibility. Please make everything easy. I can't take it if things are too hard. I can't help it. I'm just addicted to grumbling, fault finding, and complaining. Ooh. Don't make me wait for anything. I deserve everything immediately.
Instantaneous.
My behavior may be wrong, but it's not my fault. My life is so miserable. I feel sorry for myself because my life is so wretched. I don't deserve God's blessings because I'm not worthy. Wow. Why shouldn't I be jealous and envious when everybody else is better off than I am? Ooh. I'm going to do it my way or not at all. So it's good to break apart these things that honestly, some of us, I at least say for myself, didn't realize that I was really transferring,
raising my hand,
and doing and thinking.
Yes.
That
woe is me, entitlement,
self-pity. Absolutely, a lot of that is really about self-pity, and I like how she says wilderness mentalities, because I think those types of mentalities, those types of things that we think keep us kind of bound and don't really help us to move forward and to improve. Especially improving in our mind, because that's really, just like the book says, that's where the battle is. The battle is in our mind. We'll go through things in life. Things will always happen in our lives. There'll always be unforeseen things. There always will be circumstances that we can't control. Yep. So those aren't really, while those are challenging, but the actual challenge. Battle, the actual challenge and the fight is up here. It's how we're portraying that and what we're telling ourselves. Yes, and it's so important, just like how your book talks a lot about the thought life and how to kind of come out of certain thoughts and how to see it better. This does the same thing, you know. Yeah. So yeah, that's really it.
That's our recommended reading.
Yes.
Go get these
Yes.
guys.
If you need some help in your thoughts, if you don't know where to begin, or you just need some guidance through it.
Absolutely.
Whether you want more scripture-based guidance,
yes,
or you just want more practical and really studying it out for your own
benefit.
Yes, in your own life, in your own situation. Both are great resources.
Yes.
Or get both.
Get both. Get both.
To me, you can never have too many resources on...
You can't go wrong.
Right. On thought life or just on self-help.
Yes.
Things like that.
Growth.
I love a good self-help book. I'm all about the self-help books.
Growth is really important. And share it with somebody. If it's not necessarily something for you, I think, honestly, when it comes to the mentality, we all need help with that.
Yes.
We all need help with making sure that our thought life is good and that we're thinking positive things about ourselves. It also helps us in relationships with other people. So even if you don't feel like it's for you, I'm sure there's somebody in your life that you think, hey, I know this person might be dealing with just anxiety or depression, or this person just really doesn't think highly enough of themselves. These are good resources to help them, kind of really dive deeper into that and explore that a little bit more. So share this with friends, coworkers, people at your church, whatever. So we just wanted to share these with you.
And let us know if you've read these books.
Let
us know what you got out of these books. Or even if you have a book that's about thought life that you want to share, share it in the comments on our video. We'd love to hear that. It. Share with other people. Yeah.
Thank you. All right,
guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye.